Yup, yup. Yup. Amani. What's going on, my peoples? We are here. We gonna get back to the good old days, man. We gonna get back to the good old days where we used to go live. Right now, if you're looking at that my avatar, that is my tractor that I drive at Cheney Brothers. And the image that you're looking at with my avatar is my tractor, like it was in the process of getting washed. Right now it need another wash right now, but we gonna get to that. We definitely gonna get to that. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We get back to the live. We cranking up back this YouTube thing. We getting back rolling, man. Rolling and grinding, strolling, and getting back in the groove. It's been a minute. It's been a while since we've been dropping live videos back to back to back to back, stuff like that. Talking about different topics and stuff like that. Not just trucking, but different topics that surround us every day, every night. We always here doing right. Never fuss, never fight. But today I want to talk about, I want to touch bases on, the NFL draft coming up in about 7 days or 8 days, something like that. And I see everybody talking about selecting Marvin Harrison first, right? And to me, some people talking about selecting Marvin Harrison with the first pick. Some people talking about selecting Caleb Williams with the first pick. I have no idea who have the first pick. But if it was me, I think Chicago have the first pick, right? Yeah, Chicago. But if it was me, you can find you a quarterback. Because first of all, you don't know what kind of quarterback you're gonna get. They might look like they're good in college, and they might come to the NFL and bust, right? But one thing you can't deny, one thing you can't pass up on, and that is a tight end, a generational tight end. I think that whoever got the number one pick, and I'm surprised that all these sports analysts, so-called expert, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, all these guys, any one of them, I'm surprised they haven't been talking about Brock Bowers as the number one pick, right? Because to me, yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. He's a elite wide receiver when it comes to the receiver position, but when it comes to quarterback and receivers, I honestly think that you can find this in the late first round, or you can find these players in the second round. You can get lucky and find them in the third round, but you cannot. I repeat, you cannot find you a Brock Bowers in the second round or the third round, right? So I would not pass up on Brock Bowers if I was the Chicago, knowing that they're going for Caleb Williams. That's everybody know they're going to pick Caleb Williams because that's why they got rid of Justin Field to make room for Caleb Williams. Coming over with his I don't even want to talk about Caleb Williams, but I honestly don't think that he's gonna work out to be what everybody expect him to be. You know what I mean? Wish him nothing but the best, but sometimes a chance just taking a quarterback that have improved. Yeah, he's a good pro player. He's been running that pro system ever since he been in USC. But at the end of the day, he won nothing. He won nothing. Brock Bowers is a winner, right? He's one of those generational tight end, and I think whatever team gets him is gonna look up because you gotta think about you gotta think about Tony Gonzalez. You gotta think about Gronkowski. You gotta think about Shannon Sharp. You gotta think about you gotta think about all the great tight ends and how often does the great tight end come forward? They don't come forward that often. And I think when you get a chance to grab your good tight end, you need to go ahead and grab it. Right? Now, receivers. You can get your receiver in the second or third round. I really believe that you can sneak and get you a good receiver in the first round with doing your homework, doing your due diligence, and finding the right pick in that round right there. Did you Oh, okay. So that's my 2 cents on that topic right there. Hope I know there's gonna be a lot of people that disagree with me, but it might be a few that agree when it comes to the first pick. Having a first pick in the draft, man, to me, it's always obvious who the first team is gonna pick because they start making moves and making room for the pick that they're gonna choose. And everybody know that the Chicago Bears is gonna pick Caleb Williams. But man, oh man, passing up on Brock Bowers is kind of crazy. So whatever teams Brock lands on, they're gonna have a generational tight end, I believe. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, shout out to everybody that's up in here, um, in the live stream. Shout out to everybody that's gonna come up in here. Shout out everybody that thought my channel was over or thought that I quit YouTube, stuff like that. You know what I mean? We them boys say I like Jaden Daniels. He got that dual threat ability. I would pick Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. I'll definitely pick Jaden over I would pick Jaden over Sean. What's going on? I'll definitely pick Jaden over Caleb. Like I like the way Jaden throws the ball. Like he runs when he got to run. He played out that pro style offense. He didn't play out that gimmicky offense. You know what I mean? He proved in college that he was a winner. You know what I mean? But I would go as far as picking the quarterback that played for the Washington Huskies over Caleb Williams. I'd pick that quarterback over Caleb Williams. I would pick Bo Nix over Caleb Williams. I pick Bo Nix over Caleb Williams. I would go as far as picking who else I pick over Caleb. Okay, so I got Jaden over Caleb. I got Bo Nix over Caleb. I got who else I got over Caleb? What about McCarthy? I got McCarthy over Caleb too. I got McCarthy. I got JJ McCarthy over Caleb Williams. JJ McCarthy proved that he's a winner. You know what I mean? Like Caleb's gonna get in the game and it's something I want to talk about Caleb, but it might not be appropriate for me to talk about that. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Right? You said a quarterback for Washington is injury prone. Man, let's hope that he put all that injury behind him because I'll tell you right now, if if this guy goes on to have a healthy career, he puts up some serious numbers. Some serious, serious numbers, man. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, man, shout out to everybody out there, man. I'm definitely going to enjoy the draft. Courtney, well, go on. I'm definitely going to enjoy the draft, you know? And I can't wait. 7 days away. Um, I hope my team picks somebody good. Oh, Sean, you about to make some curry goat? That's what's up, yo. Oh, where in the U.S. of A do you live now? Where in the U.S. of A do you live now? Right? Shout out, congrats on making the move. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Down in the dirty south, yo. Down in the dirty south, Miami. Shout out to everybody out there in Florida. Respect all to the Floridians, man. Let me say this about Floridians. I'm gonna talk about Floridians for a second, right? I'm talking about born Floridians. Floridians, they don't like to travel. They're stuck on Florida, right? The reason they're stuck on Florida because they always have this bragging motion that we're the sunshine state. We got the beaches. You guys got to get out there and visit other states. You know what I mean? You guys got to go to Nebraska. I mean, I know you're gonna see a whole bunch of corn, but still, you guys got to visit Texas. You got to visit New York. You know what I mean? You got to visit California. You got to go to the islands. You know what I mean? You got to visit Cuba, Jamaica, Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? You guys got to get out the mentality that the Sunshine State is it. I mean, it's nice. It's nice in Florida, but you guys got to visit other states. Hell, take a weekend trip to Georgia. It's up the street. Even though if you're coming from Miami, it's gonna take you a long ass time to get to Georgia. I tell you that. Yo, if you're coming from Miami and you're trying to get to Georgia, depending on what part of Georgia you're going, that shit could take you 8 to 10 hours, yo. Florida is a long ass state. Florida is a long state. You know what state is longer than Florida? Texas. Yo, you go. If you ever drive in Texas and you try to drive throughout the whole Texas, like you'll get tired. You're not gonna do it. Not one day you won't. You'll be tired. Shit is crazy. Texas is a big ass state. I don't got no I don't have no experience with California, so I can't tell you nothing about California. But I can tell you about Texas. I can tell you about Arkansas. I can tell you about Louisiana. I can tell you about Alabama. I can tell you about Georgia, South Carolina, Florida. What else? What else? Mississippi, Virginia, West Virginia, Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Delaware, and then New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. I can tell you about all those states. I've been to all those states. You get what I'm saying? And one thing I can tell you that people that live, anybody that live north of anybody that live north of Carolinas, up into the northeast, they call it. I think they're a little crazy because like these people, shout out to y'all, shout out to y'all. These people think it's normal to walk outside in a fridge. Like it'll be like It'd be like 20 degrees and they're walking outside in like regular clothes. Like their brainwashed to think that's normal. That is not normal, people. Y'all need to visit Florida. That is not normal. They think it's okay to wake up and you got to shovel snow out the way for you to drive to work. That is not normal. God didn't intend it that way. You got other places in the U.S. for you guys to move to. That is so not normal. But that's the way of life for them. People in Canada, they do stuff like that. Omar said he can't take the heat all day long. Hey, that's why you turn the AC on, man, and go inside. Turn on the AC and go inside. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That dry heat is no joke. Especially like when you're in Jamaica and that dry heat hits you, and if the breeze is not blowing, yo, that shit will kill you, yo. That shit will knock you out. In the middle of the summer in Texas, that's a different type of heat right there. That heat right there, if you're not hydrated, if you're not ready, that heat will knock your ass out, man. It's different. Arizona, that heat is different. You know what I mean? Different type of heat right there. But that's just how the world runs, man. We all can't live under the same weather. Of course, there's no perfect place around. Um, there's no perfect place around. Florida got its issues also. We got we got hurricanes and stuff like that. But the good thing about hurricanes, man, you can see them coming from far, far away. You know what I mean? So sometimes you see like a big ass hurricane coming, and you got time, people. You got time to either pack up your family and just drive to safety, or what a lot of people do, they just ride it out. You know what I mean? They're so a lot of people are so like embedded with their house. It's nothing wrong with that. Like people work hard for their homes and they don't want to see their homes go. But at the end of the day, like it's better to choose life over a house. You know what I mean? Like if you're in a hurricane, your house is going out. Yo, that house is going out by itself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can rebuild. That's why they got these insurance company. And in Florida, they make you get hurricane. They make you get these type of insurance, man, because they know any year, any year, anywhere in Florida is proven that you can lose your house in a hurricane. Anywhere. You know what I mean? That's why so much of these insurance companies they bail out on us the past couple of years because you guys remember that bad storm we had over there on the west coast that wiped out a bunch of homes. A lot of insurance companies they bailed out. They collected all that money from the peoples, and they just turned their back on peoples, man. And every month they collect their payment. They get their payment. They're making millions and millions of dollars. But when it's time to dish out, they don't dish out. It's just like a car payment. It's just like car insurance. Like you paying car insurance, you could be paying it for 2, 3 years straight, no problem. The day you need, the day you have an issue and you need some money from the insurance company to take care of your problem, guess what? They want to raise your rate. Insurance companies, to me, I think they need to be regulated more. They're making tons of money and they're not holding up to they got to be held accountable. I think they need to be regulated more than how they're regulated. You know what I'm saying? Insurance company need to be regulated. One company in Florida that needs to be regulated more to me that nobody talks about is FBL. They got to be regulated, man, because one month your light bill in Florida could be $150, and you could do the same thing. You're doing the same operation in your house every single day. It's like clockwork. You're not watching TV no much than you watch it normally. You're not washing clothes more often than you do. And the next month your light bill could go up to $300. In the summertime, I don't know if you guys notice, like water bills just go up. It just goes up. You know what I mean? And all this is a Jedi mind trick because they want to say, "Oh, you're burning your AC more in the summer." You know, it's not. It's just that they have so much control and they're not regulated enough because a lot of these companies they don't have competition. You know what I mean? They don't. Just like these trucking companies. A lot of these trucking companies, especially when it comes to new drivers having CDLs and stuff like that, they're just going out there on their own. They're trying to get their experience. These companies that's paying drivers cents per mile, they need to be regulated. You know what I mean? Like somebody told me yesterday that they was working for Florida Rock, and Florida Rock, a company that delivers gas, is paying $500 a week. Are you kidding me? Like these companies, they need it. They're getting away. They're getting away with a lot. You know what I mean? And that's why drivers like me, we took the safe way out, even though it's the hard way out. But the way that we choose to go is hard labor. It's hard. But when you do hard labor that a lot of people don't want to do, they have no choice but to pay you. You know what I'm saying? Let me say that again. When you do hard labor that a lot of people don't want to do, they have no choice but to pay you. Guess what? If I was doing something that everybody else is doing, then they wouldn't want to pay me. You know what I mean? So that's why food service drivers get paid like the way that we do. Is because we choose to do what we do. That's not normal. You know what I mean? It's not normal for a guy to empty 600 to 800 cases a day out of a trailer in the heat, in the cold weather. You know what I mean? All this stuff is hard. And you got these companies out there, like they sit around, they'll see a driver going out there with 800 stops, 20 something cases, right? And they don't even sit back to think, yo, you know what? Let me throw this driver a help every now and then. They don't do that. They sit in the desk. A lot of them sit in the desk. I'm talking about every single company out there. You know what I mean? They sit on the desk. They're trying to figure out if they're going to have Burger King or McDonald's for lunch, Kentucky or Popeyes. They're trying to figure out what new type of rules to come up with. You get what I'm saying? They're trying to figure out if they're going to go to Walmart or Publix to grocery shop. That's what they're doing. While we are there busting our ASS. Like this type of job is hard, man. And when you choose to come this route of food service, you gotta understand that this is hard, right? And all the food service jobs out there, let me listen up. I gotta talk to y'all. I'm gonna do a special video for you guys one day, right? And the title of the video is gonna be called "This Is Hard," right? Oh, before I go any further, man, let me just advertise that doing a Father's Day barbecue this year. So if you want to come through, you're invited to come through. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be epic. We're gonna talk about that more. So just want to put that out there. We're doing a Father's Day barbecue. All the truck drivers link up. It's gonna be big, right? But you know one thing about us truck drivers, and one thing about us food service drivers, I don't think that the woman at the house realize how hard we work. I don't think so. I really don't think they have a clue of what we do. Now I'm gonna break that down for you guys. I'm gonna explain it like this. All right. So let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys ever came home from a hard day of work? Yeah, the time that you came home is early. It's an early time because you went to work like 1 a.m. So you're gonna get off at a quote unquote early time. You're gonna get off at like a midday or 1 p.m., right? 2 p.m. Y'all stay with me now. You might get off. You're gonna get off early. It's considered early to the regular people, to the civilians, because they just don't know. They just don't. They don't understand when we're waking up to go to work. They're in the bed like turning and yearning. And you get off work at midday or 1 p.m. or whatever, and you happen to pick up the phone and call your significant other, and she said to you, "Oh, you're off," and you're like, "Ah, man, yes, I'm off." Oh, you're off? Okay. Can you stop at Publix? And when you leave Publix, after Publix, can you stop at the dollar store? And when you're leaving the dollar store, can you just stop around the corner and pick up the kids, get something to eat? Oh, by the way, can you go around the corner and stop at that shoe store and buy me something to put on my feet? Can you stop here? Can you stop there? Can you stop everywhere? I don't think they realize that we're tired. Hey, you got Truck Abdullah. What's going on with you? And goes to all truck drivers, even though TR drivers that came off the road. I'm gonna give y'all 10 seconds to call your old ladies right now to listen to this part. Okay. I'm gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ladies, when we get off work, we are tired. We can't go grocery shopping. We're not gonna cook. We're not gonna help the kids with the homework. Oh, yeah. We're not gonna read a book. If you want us to help clean up, don't even look at us, that is. We are tired. So I'm gonna get a shirt. I'm gonna get a shirt, y'all. And the title of the shirt is gonna be "We Are Tired." That's gonna be the name of the shirt. We are sick and tired. We're tired. So we're tired. We are tired though. We are tired. We're tired. I'm not talking shit. I'm telling the truth. We are sick and tired of the physical abuse from work and the physical abuse from the house. Right? You guys have 1,000 case. Hey, y'all check it out, right? You guys have 1,000 case, 30 stops. You come home, you open the door. Local driver, what's going on? Trucker Abdullah in the building. Ant, what's going on? You have 1,000 Ks, 1,000,000 stops. You open the door. Soon you open the door. Hey, honey, can you paint the walls white today? And you looking at the woman, you like, the walls is already white. Oh, you're right. The walls is white. Do you mind going outside and painting the grass green? I'm like, oh my God. We're getting overworked at work. We're getting overworked in the house. We are tired. And it's time for us truckers to stand together, stick together. You're gonna have a lot of them sticking on the couch. You gotta be quiet. And when we get home, we gotta tell them no. We're not cleaning the kitchen. We're not vacuuming the living room. You don't even know what a vacuum is. We're not sleep. Hey, we're not sweeping the walls. We're not sweeping the walls. What the hell I'm talking about? We're not vacuuming the halls. We're not wiping the halls. We're not cleaning the patio. We're not cleaning the bathrooms. We need to reset. We need to reset our mind. We are tired, man. We are beat. A lot of people think it only takes physical work to be beat as a truck driver. Driving for a long distance takes a toll out of you. And a lot of people don't notice. A lot of people, I always look at people as to be like mentally incapable of thinking when it comes to local trucking and OTR trucking. They always look at it as, oh my God, OTR trucking is way easier than local trucking. There's no such thing as easy when it comes to trucking because your mental got to be sharp when we deal with these four wheelers on the road and we're dealing with the stress of people and we're not knowing what they're capable of any single minute. Somebody can just cut us off. At any single minute, somebody can cut us off and we can take out a family just like that. That's a lot of stress. When we're driving, we're not just thinking for ourselves, we're thinking for everybody, right? So long distance driving is a lot of concentration. It takes a lot of resting, it takes a lot of discipline because for one, you'll be in a city that's jumping, right? You'll take a load to a city that's quote unquote jumping. Like let's just say you take a load to a city like Miami, right? And you're in the city of Miami on a Saturday night, and you're supposed to leave out with a load on a Sunday. And for some reason you're parked next to a club. It takes a lot of discipline for you to stay in that truck and get your proper rest in for the next day, right? It takes a lot of discipline. You got to be grounded as a driver, right? And it's only the drivers that are grounded and that have self discipline survive, that stay in this trucking game for a long period of time, that can go out there and take care of their family. You know what I mean? It takes those type of drivers. If you guys feel me, man, just jot in a comment. Let me know. Let me know you guys feel where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? Give us some thumbs up, something. You know what I mean? Chime in on the conversation. You know what I mean? Takes a lot of discipline, man. So what I'm trying to say is that OTR drivers, they work just as hard as we do because it's not easy. You could be driving. I found myself like driving a long distance, daydreaming, yo. You can daydream your way into a damn ditch. If you never daydream as a damn trucker, you're not a trucker yet. You haven't been trucking long enough. Have you ever been on I-10? Long, boring ass road. Yo, I've been on I-10 and I just found myself daydreaming, drifting, like thinking about what I'm gonna do. Yo, when you're out there working, you got the greatest thinking mind. You're gonna do this, you wanna do this, you wanna build this, you wanna build that. You know what I mean? You wanna do this to your yard, you wanna have the greenest grass in the neighborhood. You wanna put up all type of palm trees in your house. You know what I mean? Like you wanna buy another house, you wanna open a store, you wanna open a laundromat. Daydreaming is a real thing, yo, and it is dangerous. You could end up in a freaking ditch. Takes a lot of self discipline when you're out there on the road. You guys know where I'm coming from. Daydreaming, man. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong to be a dreamer, but you gotta be diligent. You gotta be diligent when you're behind those steering wheels, man. When you're out there trucking. You know what I mean? It got to be your way of life. The number one, my number one thing in trucking, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what no like. There's no like. I can't work for no companies. Like I won't let nobody that I work with put me in danger when it comes to safety. My number one thing in trucking is safety. I will not take out no faulty equipment. That's why I love Cheney. Love working at Cheney because we got top of the line equipment. Like you're not seeing Cheney with no raggedy trucks and trailer on the road. You know what I mean? Our trucks and trailers stay in tip top shape. I cannot take out a faulty equipment. Sometimes I see, man, should I call some names? No, I ain't gonna call them names. But sometimes I see some food service companies out there, man. And I'm looking at their truck and trailer and I'm wondering like, how the hell do they send these truck and trailers out here like that? That ain't even right. I wouldn't drive that in the day or the night. Like if a supervisor try to give me that type of truck to drive, we gonna end up fight. Like that is crazy. Mentally lazy. You know what I mean? We got 7 people up in the building. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna stay up in here for about an hour. The live streams are coming back. We coming back in full effect on YouTube. We're not really gonna make that much videos, but we are gonna crank up the lives. Gonna crank it back up, different topics, stuff like that. We're gonna talk about trucking. We're gonna talk about other things. You know what I mean? And appreciate that, appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. We got a kind words from Ant. Ant say he's glad I'm back on the live streams. See, I'm knowledgeable and entertaining. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Okay, local driver up in the building. He say, "What you think about companies that want drivers to drive in the snow?" What I think about that is, one thing I can say about that is, I don't mind driving in the snow. I drove in the snow before. It wasn't that crazy. But the thing about it is when the dangerous part is like when it becomes like when you got to worry about black ice and when it's like when the snow is like out of control when it's too high. But it's like a normal situation. It's not that bad. Then you deal with it just like you deal with rain, right? You just take your time, slow down, and go about your way. But if it gets out of hand, then that's when you, as a driver, you gotta shut it down. You gotta shut it down. Like when it comes to DOT, like a company cannot force you to drive if you feel unsafe. They know this, right? They can get in trouble for this, right? The number one thing I always tell people, yo, like if you don't like the word safety, always use the word safety, right? Somebody call you and be like, "Hey, I need you to go back to stop one to pick up some case." Like, if you don't think it's safe for you to go back to stop one, be like, "Hey, it's not safe for me to go there this time of day." That's why we got that as a key drop. I don't feel safe going in our parking lot. I feel like I'm gonna hit something. If they challenge you on that, If they challenge you on that, I'm not even gonna go up in there. I'm not even gonna talk about the rest. Safety is the key, yo. They are crazier than throwing a cat into the pool with the brick tied there. Them snowy mountains are completely, yeah, they're dangerous. Yep, they're dangerous, man. You're dangerous. Like if it's crazy snowing, if it's snowing crazy, like I advise everybody out there, man, you just shut it down, man. It's not that serious. Like how far are you really gonna get to? You know, the load can wait. You know what I mean? Life overload. You know, life over money. You know what I mean? Life over everything, man. You know what I mean? You gotta do one thing. One thing that you guys gotta have out here when it comes in the world of trucking, you gotta have some common sense. You know what I mean? You need to have some common sense. And I realized that common sense is common, man. A lot of people say common sense ain't common, but I really think it's common. A lot of people are just always in a rush. Just slow down and take your time and think. You know what I mean? Just slow down, slow everything down. Just stop and think. Common sense is common. Don't be mind tricked by these people out here, man. People that say common sense ain't common, they're the ones who don't have no common sense for saying that dumb shit. Because I believe God put common sense in all of us, right? We just gotta slow it down, take our time, and think about that. Think about the situation that we're in. If it's not safe, don't do it. If it's not safe, don't go, right? If you feel unsure, drive slow. That's the only way to go. You know what I mean? So I believe common sense is common. Let everybody know that I believe RLC TV believes that common sense is common. I believe God really gave us all common sense. So don't be brainwashed at all with all these dumb quotes that people have out there, right? Because when people say common sense ain't common, like that really starts getting to people's head and they really believe that they don't have no common sense, right? I'm a type of person that I don't care how negative a room might be. I don't care how negative somebody say a supervisor might be or this or that. When I walk up into a room full of negativity, I believe that I'm the type of person that can change that room. I really believe so, right? Our supervisors get mad when drivers call out because of the weather, but never consider the driver is if things go south out there. And you already know. I can't even comment on that. You already know. You already know. Yeah, yeah, that's why I was saying you got to be careful of those ice out there because snow does turn into ice. So it's actually safer to drive while it just starts snowing because some of the most dangerous part of snowing is when the snow is gone and all that ice is on the road. That's some of the most dangerous stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful out there, guys. Guys got to use your common sense, man. You guys got to be able to make some serious decision when you're out there because you got to understand that dispatcher that's sitting behind the desk. Yeah, we know that she plays or he plays an important part to the company because they're taking our phone calls. They're basically the bridge gap to us and the shippers, and they make the phone calls that we need them to make. But at the end of the day, they're not driving that machine, right? When you take out that family, you cannot look at the trooper. You can't tell him that the dispatcher told you to keep driving. He don't want to hear that. You're the professional, right? So at the end of the day, you got to be a professional out there, right? And this is some of the things I try to. You got to be a professional in every little thing you do. You know what I mean? You're a class A CDL driver. Like, take pride in what you do. Take pride in your craft. You guys make a lot of money doing this. You know how much people out there, man, that wish they could be making some of the money that you guys are making. A lot of guys, man, that I talk to on a daily basis, I think they need to be a little bit more appreciative of what they got, you know? Because I be hearing people, man, like they be complaining, oh man, I only got 800 cases today, man. I should have got 900. Like, really? Really? It's not every crossing guard you see is a retiree. Remember that. It's not every crossing guard you see is a retiree. And if I got to sit here and explain what that means to you, then that just went over your head. You know what I mean? Like, it's some people out there that really need it and they don't have it. It's some people out there that really wish they had the opportunity that we have, right? You guys got a golden ticket in your mouth. Let me reword that. No Diddy. You guys got a golden ticket in your wallet. No Diddy. No Diddy, y'all. I don't know where that came from. You guys got a golden ticket in your wallet, and that's a CDL, right? Take pride. Be appreciative. Don't be selfish. Be a professional. What you got? I love going to work every day, man, because I feel blessed. What I do. You know what I mean? At this point in my life, it's not about the money. It's about how to show a youngster out there how to make the money like I do, how to get to the position that I'm in. I like sitting back and I like talking to somebody. Yeah, yo, you want to get a house? Okay, that's how you gonna do it, right? Okay, all that little extra curriculum activity that you're doing, you gotta cut that out. I like helping people like that. You know what I mean? It's not about bragging or the shoe shining. It's none of that. That don't make me. It's all about giving back to people with my time. You know what I mean? It's all about pushing people, motivating people, seeing people get ahead. I want to see people make that bread. There's no form of jealousy in me when I see people out there making more than I make, achieving more than I ever achieve. I don't have the jealousy. I don't have the envy. You know what I got? I got happiness for people that make it in life, that to position that they want to make it. I'm happy for people that get ahead. I'm genuinely happy. A lot of people out there, they can't say the same. They cannot say the same. Even when you're blessed, you're still stressed because your heart is a mess, right? You know what I'm saying? Even when you're blessed, you're still stressed because your heart is a mess. Cause you just got to be better than the rest, and you don't know how to go through the tests, right? Let me say that again. Even when you're blessed, you're still a mess. No, let me say that again. Even when you're blessed, you're still stressed because your heart is a mess. Cause you can't go through the test. You know what I mean? You're going through the test of times, like sometimes God wants you to, sometimes I believe that God wants you to see, God wants you to put you in a situation to push, make you push somebody ahead of everything you ever been through, everything you ever done. He wants you to push somebody ahead of you, motivate somebody. Know what I mean, once you do that, know what I mean, A lot of people in here, in the chat right now, in the live right now, a lot of y'all, man, let me not start with y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Leave y'all alone, man. But you guys got to realize when you guys got something good going on for you, and you guys got to be you guys got to know that having a CDL is an opportunity that a lot of people don't get to have. You know, a lot of people is not disciplined enough to keep the CDL. 'Cause a lot of people they got to drink, got alcohol issues, so they lose their CDL that way. A lot of people they can't get off the drugs, so they lose their CDL that way. Um, a lot of people is not disciplined enough to wake up to go to work on time, so they lose their job, and they just decide to stop driving. So for you guys to hold on to your CDL and do what you got to do, to me that's winning, man. Sure, shout out to all the truck drivers and shout out to everybody else, man. It doesn't matter what you do in life, as long as you put a little effort in it and stop crying. Just keep trying. When one door closed, all right, this is another saying that I don't like, right? This is another saying that I don't like because a lot of people are brainwashed by some of these stupid sayings. You know the saying, "Oh, when one door closed, another one's open." No, it's not. No, it's not. When one door closes, when one door closes on you, that means that door is freaking closed. How about kicking down that door to get to what you want? You got to kick down that door. You got to run through that door. You got to break down them walls. Now you got to fight for what you want. The door can't close on you. You can't sit there and wait on another door to open. You got to fight. You got to break down those freaking walls. You got to pick that lock. You know what I mean? You got to incredible Hulk that mother. Don't let me start cussing. You know what I mean? When one door closed, another one's not going to open that easy because it's not that easy. Life ain't designed to be easy, man. So I don't want you guys, and to give you a real example, I don't want you guys to, you go to a job interview or you looking for a couple of jobs and you might go to the interview and stuff like that, or you might work for a company and let's just say you work for a food service company, right? And you got fired, you got laid off for something stupid. You gonna go home and lay in the bed, oh, one door closed, another one must open. It's not that easy. You better go out there and fight. If you're not fighting every day until you get back on your feet, that means you got defeat. You got defeated. You're depleted. You know what I mean? You're done. You're mud. You're dust. You're dirt. You're scum. You're a bum. You're a loser. Do you want to be? Do you want to do everything I just call you? Do you want to accept that, or do you want to get up, go out there, and go fight? You gotta fight. If you don't fight, you ain't gonna win. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't. A lot of people they don't even want to fight because they think they're gonna lose. They don't even know if they can win. Gotta fight. You know what I mean? So when one door closes, man, you just gotta break through that damn wall or pick the lock because you just gotta get in. You know what I mean? You just got to get in. And I can use that in a bunch of I can use that in a bunch of different examples. Can I use that an example?
Better not be about me.
Hmm? I can't use that about you.
No,
When the door had closed
no.
and I.
There's a lot of stuff you could do. You can't use me.
When the door had closed,
No.
way back in the days when the door had closed, and I moved your hand. No, never mind. Never mind. But all I'm saying is that you guys got to just fight, man. Fight for what you want. And I'm glad I'm back on these YouTube streets to motivate again. You know what I mean? When I wasn't doing videos for a while, I'm be honest with y'all, man. I wasn't feeling it. And when I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna fake it because I believe that I believe that we just people like me, we just move when we move. We just groove when we groove. And we don't move off of nobody else beat. We don't move off of nobody else timing, right? We move when we move. So I wasn't feeling it. So I wasn't doing no videos, man. I wasn't doing no lives because we was just not feeling it. Sometimes it's good to just kick back, take a break, and let other people express themselves. You know what I mean? Because we're moved. I believe that we're moved. We're really moved by stronger powers that you gotta understand to understand, right? When I'm the type of person, man, like it's hard to knock me out my mood, and I try to get as much people as possible to be like that. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person I like peace over war. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person if I see two brothers fighting over something stupid, I'm gonna call them out. I'm gonna be like, yo, what y'all fighting over is stupid, man. Like, y'all grow up. I'm the type of person I don't like to see stupidity in the workplace. Like, what y'all arguing about? Like, we're supposed to be taking care of the customers, and you guys are arguing. Like, yeah, like the main thing, especially in food service, the main thing is the main thing, and the main thing is taking care of the customers. And if we all can't be on one page, like, how we gonna win the battle out there versus U.S. Food, versus Cisco, versus PFG? Like, y'all get it together. I refuse to work in a hostile environment, and thank God I don't work in one, and I refuse to let it be one because I don't care who it is. I'm gonna motivate everybody to do better. I'm gonna motivate everybody to be positive. I'm gonna motivate everybody to be appreciative of what you got because you could lose it tomorrow. You could lose it tonight. You know what I mean? So be appreciative of the position that you got. You know what I mean? Everything you do, every little workplace, everywhere, every little thing you do in life, man, just be appreciative because you can lose it. You know what I mean? Like you be working at Burger King, you can't, and you got the cashier can't get along with the people that working in the back. Y'all supposed to get along. Y'all got to worry about Wendy's taking y'all customers and McDonald's. How y'all gonna win the fight if y'all can't get along? The battle is bigger. If you can't get along at a simple little job, how you gonna get along in the battle of life? How you gonna get along at the house? Your kids are not gonna like you. Your wife is gonna wish you wasn't even there. Your dog is not even gonna look at you. Fellas, you guys gotta learn how to be leaders out here, man. Part of being a leader to me is knowing when not to lead. You feel me on that?
Mm,
You feel me on that?
mm, mm, mm.
You don't feel me?
Don't get it.
Okay, hear me out. You gonna get it. Part of being a leader is knowing when not to lead. My wife just says she don't feel me. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down to y'all. Anybody feel me on that? Anybody feel me? If you don't understand me, I'm gonna break it down. Part of being a leader is knowing when not to lead, right? Let me break it down. I'm gonna give you an easy example. I let my wife run the house. Now you feel me?
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? What? That don't have nothing to do. You're right. Talking about that just because I don't want to clean. No, I let my wife run the house because sometimes you got to know when to step down, when to step back, and like, you know what? You run that. If you have that mentality, like take that mentality with you. It can work anywhere. Guess what? If I'm a supervisor in any work field that I work at, like part of being a leader is knowing when not to lead. So guess what? If I have a particular manager, if I have like five managers, right? I'm gonna give five of my manager a task, and I'm gonna trust them enough to take care of what they got to take care of, and I'm gonna be hands on because I know that they're gonna do the right job to lead their peoples in the right way. That's boss move right there. That's being a true leader is knowing when to just sit back and let your peoples run the show. You don't gotta be hands on with every little thing, man. Like we all need help out there. You know what I mean? We all need help sometimes. Yeah, that's okay.
Sorry.
How you come back in?
The owner's gonna take them out.
Y'all feel about that? Let me know if y'all feel me or not. Before we move on, let me know if anybody feel me. I know my hours is up. My hour is up. I'm gonna let y'all out of service pretty soon. I'm gonna let y'all out of service soon. I just want to know if y'all feel me or not. You know what I mean? Because hey, you guys know how my lives go. Like I be start talking about one thing and then we start talking about something else, and at the end of the live, we talking about something totally different. That's how my live stream are. But it is what it is. We are back, and we about to get ready to get out of here. Um, I got a topic that I want to talk about tomorrow, but I'm not gonna put it out there. I'm not gonna put it out there as of yet. You know, I really think about this topic before I put it out there. But at the end of the day, man, I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak preview of what I want to talk about, right? Okay. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I got four people left in the building, people coming and going. All right, how do you guys feel if you make it in life, right? If you make it in life, or you make it where you want to be, and you see your family members is struggling to make it, how does that make you guys feel? Do you guys feel a burden over your head to that they're not where you are? Do you guys feel guilty? Do you guys feel that it's more that you can do? What about when you think of the balance of taking care of home versus trying to help everybody else? What about the power of saying no? How do you guys feel? Because this is something that I've been struggling with for a long, long time, and it's a daily struggle. Why is it a daily struggle? Because I want everybody in my family to be at the position where I'm at or better at this point in our life. But I know it's just not so. And we gonna get up in that tomorrow. We gonna touch base on that tomorrow. And we might not talk about it because this is a this is a topic that a lot of you guys deal with, man. And it's a topic that been plaguing the community, the Hispanic community, the black community for a long time. For a long time. You know, it's been tearing down our peoples for a long time. Stuff like that. And we might talk about that tomorrow, we might not, you know? But at the end of the day, what I believe in is that no matter what happened, like no matter what happened in life, it's just no matter what your family do, man, like it's really hard to turn your back on them. You can't, just can't, because you think about back in the days growing up together, all the struggle and stuff like that. Even though you know that people could make better decisions to better themselves, you know what I mean? Like for instance, sometimes I think back of myself and my working ethic that I developed ever since I was young, going to high school, having two jobs while playing sports, right? I remember myself going to high school, working two jobs and playing sports at the same time. I was working at Winn Dixie and McDonald's. And I was providing for myself way back then. Like I had a strong worth ethic. And I know in myself that it takes some dedication. It takes some drive. It takes some inner drive to get to where you want to get to in life. And one thing about drive, man, a lot of people, you cannot teach it. Like you'll sit there and you'll preach it, but a lot of people is not going to reach it. And I always have a passion of being something, somebody. And even though I used to hang out on the corner, I always knew that that's not where it was stopping for me. So hanging out on the corner, going inside, getting ready to go to work, having people making fun of me. Oh, are you going to McDonald's? Start laughing at me and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to work. I learned how to put down my pride a long time ago. You know what I mean? So I just want to end this live by saying this. If you know you've been through all that and did all that strong work ethic and stuff like that, why should you feel guilty, guys? This can even go to some of your kids, or those who have grown kids out there. This could go to your parents. Because you got a lot of people with parents who think that you owe them something. This is a touchy subject. That's why we don't know if we're gonna go there. You know what I mean? So we're gonna wrap that all up tomorrow, man. I hope you guys enjoy the live stream. Um One thing I wanna say to you guys, if you got still got your mom and dad out there, make sure you give your mom and dad a call and just talk to your mom and dad, man, because you never know when you're not gonna able to have that chance to talk to your parents no more. Um Call your mom. Always remind everybody to call their mom because they never know when it's gonna be the last time they get to talk to their mom. And I'm just being real, man. Just giving you guys a little bit of realness, because sometimes I wish I can call my mom. Sometimes I wish I can hang up this phone right now and call my mom. You know what I mean? So you guys, after y'all get off this live, call your mother, man. Just call her. Even though if she get on your nerves, you call her. I mean, it might sound stupid, but just call her. I mean, I appreciate y'all for listening. Gotta go walk my beagle, man. Y'all be easy out there. Catch me tomorrow. Y'all be easy.